welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca, and today we're going to be talking about what I packed in terms of skincare and hair care. So I've had a very busy last month of traveling. I was in Vegas, I was in New York, I was in Connecticut, I was in Santa Barbara, and I was on flights and driving. So I have basically been living out of my travel bag, and I haven't unpacked my travel toiletries since my first trip because I knew I would have consecutive trips coming up. But now that travel is done for the time being, I wanted to share what I packed and sort of how I pack my skincare to make sure that I don't feel like I'm compromising my skin health or my skin barrier, but I also try to keep it lightweight, relatively speaking, for me. I did recently post a what I packed in my makeup bag video. I'll link it in the cards here. And I realized after I posted that video and in your feedback on YouTube and on Instagram that we all like to see what other people pack in their bags. So I would love for you to subscribe and like, and let's get into it. You'll have to excuse the griminess of my makeup bag. It has, like I said, been through a time this last month, so it needs a good cleaning. But this is my, what is this material called? It's like a plasticky material. It's my travel bag from Amika, and it's actually on their website, like under their merch section, I think. And I love it because it's very big, it holds a lot of stuff, but it's also sort of slim. So it actually lays products flat rather than being really bulky and like chunky. I sort of prefer this slim fit but slightly bigger bag for packing purposes. I just find it fits into suitcases a lot better. So I'm pulling everything out of this bag. So the first product I'm going to talk about I actually don't have with me. It is the Fresh Soy Cleanser in the travel size. And it's a pretty generous size, travel size that they make. It's readily available at Sephora, and it's one of my sort of old trusty cleansers. It's a gel cleanser. I've been using it for like 12 years plus probably. So I just know when I travel with it that it's very reliable for me. And I only use it as my morning cleanse and my second cleanse. I don't use it to break down makeup, but we will get to a cleanser that does that for my PM routine. My first step after cleansing is always a vitamin C. This is the one I'm using right now. It's the Timeless Vitamin C 20% L-ascorbic acid with ferulic acid and vitamin E. So this is around $20, and I think it's the best affordable L-ascorbic vitamin C serum that I like. It's a sort of watery texture, it's not greasy, it sinks in quickly, it's non-fragranced, and I always go for L-ascorbic acid personally just because it's the purest form of vitamin C, even though it can sometimes be the least stable. I've always found the Timeless formulas to be very reliable, and they don't oxidize like super quickly. Then in the mornings I go in with the Niod Fractionated Eye Contour Concentrate. This is a holy grail product for me. So it's a very liquidy eye serum, and I just take one drop, literally one drop between my ring fingers, and I tap it around my under eyes and sometimes on my eyelids. And the reason why this is holy grail for me is because my primary eye concern in the mornings is puffiness. I think because I have hooded eyes, when I wake up with a little bit of puffiness, it's very visible and more pronounced because of my features. And this really takes down puffiness, and it sort of like, I don't know, it really like hydrates the area, and I don't know, it sort of like flattens my under eye. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but it does take down and reduce puffiness and that bloated look overall, especially if I've had a late night or if I haven't slept very well. It's sort of a must-have for me. Then I like to go in with something hydrating, and I have been loving the Cocoa Kind Ceramide Barrier Serum. So this is meant to protect and strengthen your skin barrier. It obviously, per the name, contains ceramides, which are sort of the building blocks for your skin. And I find that it's sort of like a gel serum consistency. It sinks in really quickly. It gives me really deep hydration. And I do feel like when I'm pairing this with acids or retinoids, I haven't had any irritation, and it also sort of seems to calm down redness. And that's something that I really like about skincare ingredients containing ceramides, is because it's firming up your skin barrier, redness, which is often a sign of irritation, is greatly reduced. And it's fragrance-free, it's affordable. I think this is actually my favorite product that Coco Kind has come out with that I've tried. And I've tried a decent amount of their products. So this is like a major home run for me right now. Then I do like to top the eye serum with an eye cream. So this is the Kate Somerville Kate Ceuticals Lifting Eye Cream. If I do use like a richer eye cream, I just literally take a tiny, tiny dot, and with creams during the day, I only apply them to the under eye, not to my eyelids, because my eyelids are quite oily. So if I'm going to wear makeup during the day, I don't want to add any more emollients to the lids. So I just kind of target it just right under my under eye in this inner pocket right here, and sometimes on the outer corner, but very, very little. As a daytime moisturizer, I've been using the Youth to the People Adaptogen Deep Moisture Cream. I really only need a little bit of this cream because I have quite oily skin, especially in hot weather, which here in LA, we're still having hot weather, but it's very soothing. It's very cushiony and comforting. I just stayed in an Airbnb with a bunch of my friends for a wedding, and I got a couple of them hooked on this, and they were like, "What is that? It's making my skin feel amazing." And I think they have both since purchased this cream because they loved it so much. So yeah, it's a good one. It's really, it does everything you want a moisturizer to do without being overly rich, without being overly greasy or heavy, but it still gives me deep hydration and moisture throughout the day. And of course, can't forget sunscreen. This is the Nivea Super Water Gel SPF 50 PA3+. I've talked about this so many times on my page. It's just a beautiful, trusty, easy to use SPF. It's a water gel texture that sinks in really quickly. It does add hydration, but not any heaviness. And I just take this bottle and I use it for face and body as I'm traveling. I've gone through countless bottles of these. I love the pump. I just can't say any more good things about it. That's it in terms of my AM routine, and I don't feel like I'm compromising anything. And because I have a few travel size products like the Youth to the People cream, I am saving a considerable amount of space rather than packing like a really full-size cream. Moving on to PM skincare, I have the Paula's Choice Omega Complex Cleansing Balm, and this is a beautiful fragrance-free cleansing balm. It comes in a tube. It's lightweight, easy to travel with, and I've been loving this to break down makeup and SPF. It's beautiful, and it also breaks down waterproof makeup, which is really nice. When I'm at home, I like to remove waterproof mascara with a micellar water. Sometimes if I'm traveling, I will pre-moisten like a cotton pad with micellar water in a little Ziploc baggie if I feel like that's necessary, but it's a lot of extra work to do that, so I just kind of rely on this when I'm traveling to break down everything, and it's very reliable. Cleansing balms are also really easy to decant into small little like travel plastic cases if I need to. For example, if I were carrying on my bag and not checking my bag, I would decant this and a few other things into smaller containers for a weekend trip or something like that. For the second cleanse, I would use the Fresh Soy Cleanser, that gel cleanser that I told you about earlier. And then I would likely follow up again with the Coco Kind Ceramide Barrier Serum. So if I were at home, I would probably use a hydrating toner or an essence right after cleansing. When I'm traveling, I don't like to bring those big bottles because I feel like toners and essences are usually bigger sized, heavier, sometimes glass bottles, and I don't want that to weigh my bag down. So I would go into something more hydrating like the Coco Kind Serum. In terms of treatments, I don't like to stray from my usual routine of alternating between BHA and retinoids. I really like to remain consistent with my skincare. That's where I see the most benefits. So for BHA, rather than bring the whole bottle of toner, I will often grab a pre-moistened cotton pads. So these are the Summer Fridays cotton pads. They come in this little bag. They're super cute. And I'll often take just one of these in a Ziploc bag, and I will pre-moisten it with BHA and make sure the little Ziploc bag is sealed, and I will put it in my bag. And that's a way of making sure that I just get essentially like a single serving of BHA without lugging around the whole bottle. Another great option for this is the Dr. Dennis Gross acid pads, the peel pads. They have sensitive, normal, extra strength, whatever you want, but those do come in single serving sort of like packets that you can bring. And I don't love the extra waste of those, but I do love the product, and they're super effective and reliable, and they're great to travel with. So I do like to have those around. For retinoids, my current go-to is the Medicate Crystal Retinol number 6. So 6 is an indication of the strength. So I think they have 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, and 20. I first started crystal retinol with the concentration number 3. So that was 0.03% retinol, I think. And I was really scared. It was my first time upgrading from a retinol to a retinal. And I've had no irritation at all. I don't feel any difference in terms of using retinol and retinal when I use the Medicate products. So I just really trust their formulations. And it also comes in a really nice airless pump. This is probably my favorite kind of skincare packaging. I love the lightweight tube with the benefit of a pump and a cap, so you can stand it up, but you also get the ease of a pump and it's still lightweight. I wish all my skincare came in this kind of packaging. For eye cream, I would go back to the Kate Somerville eye cream, and I would use that probably a little bit more generously around my entire eye area, including my lid. And then for night cream, I have another travel size Youth to the People cream. This is their Super Berry Hydrate Plus Glow Dream Mask. So this is their night mask, and it's beautiful, it's rich, it's buttery, and it comes in the cutest little travel size. I think they do have these on Sephora. If not, they come in their kits very often. And this doesn't have added fragrance. It does have a fruity fragrance though. So if you're sensitive to that, I would probably go with the first cream that I mentioned. But this is richer, it's more buttery, it's not greasy, but I do feel like it packs more punch overnight. The last skincare item I always travel with are some acne patches. So these are the CosRx Acne Pimple Master Patches. I bring whatever I have on hand, honestly, and I may not end up using them, but I am always glad to have them in case something comes up. I feel like breakouts always happen when you're traveling at like the worst time and you're going to an event or you have work or, you know, a presentation or something. So I always bring these in my bag because they take up basically no space and they're always a lifesaver if I do need them. Let's move on to hair care. I am someone who does like to travel with my own shampoo and conditioner. I am sort of picky about what I like to use to wash my hair because it is color treated and it takes a lot of work to get your hair this light. If you're Asian and you've tried to get highlights, you know what I mean. So I often bring my little travel size products around. This is the Amika Normcore. This is the Amika Soul Food. So whatever I have on hand. I also keep travel size like plastic bottles on hand to fill with bigger shampoos and conditioners if I don't have any actual travel size products on hand. But to me, that's a priority. So I do bring my own shampoo and conditioner. I also am someone who absolutely needs a leave-in conditioner because, like I mentioned, my hair has been bleached, it's been color treated, and when your hair is wet is when it's most prone to breakage. So I always travel with a little mini leave-in conditioner. This is the Unite 7 Seconds Condition Leave-In Detangler. It's so good. It does everything. It works as a heat protector, it prevents frizziness, but it is truly the best detangler I think I've ever tried. I have a little mini hair oil. This is the Playa Ritual hair oil. This is actually a very lightweight, sort of watery oil texture. It's more like a hair serum, I think, than an oil. You can see how runny it is, I think, when I move the bottle around. So it doesn't really function as a traditional oil for me, but I had it on hand and I have been using it. I do think I like a richer oil, but this was really pleasant too, and I think it served its function. For styling products, I have two. I have the Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo in a little travel size, and then I also have the Amika Undone Volume and Matte Texture Spray. So I like to use both of these to get my favorite kind of undone wave look, which I have now. I'm sort of on like day 3 hair, so it's a little deflated. But the dry shampoo is an absolute must for me. If I were trying to cut down my bag and the weight of it, I wouldn't pack the texture spray, but because I was at a few events in which I wanted to look my best, I did pack the texture spray. Unfortunately, because these are spray cans, you can't really decant these in the same way, and I personally don't love like a powder dry shampoo. So I do repurchase minis of dry shampoos for the purposes of travel. I don't necessarily repurchase travel sizes of shampoos and conditioners. I'd rather decant into my own containers just because it's more cost effective. But when it comes to these, I do repurchase. I have a brush with me. This is a really cute and fun brush that I got at Cosmoprof in Vegas, and I can't remember the name of the brand. It says Maze on here, but it's a very like flexible sort of brush because it goes in this like circular pattern, and it functions a lot like my wet brush. It actually like detangles and it doesn't pull out any hair, and it's really gentle. But the best part is it feels like you're getting a scalp massage because it curves to the shape of your head. Anyways, if I can find the name of the brand, I will link them down below along with everything else, just because I think this brush is so fun. It's really lightweight, easy to travel with. I've got a little bag of bobby pins, of clear hair ties, and like the bigger bobby pins. I actually didn't end up using any of these, but I like to travel with them and have them on hand in case I need them or a friend needs them, the bride needs them. You never know when you need a bobby pin. I do have a particular kind of bobby pin I like. I hate the bobby pins that are very ridged, especially the small ones that have no hold. I hate those. There's actually a really specific kind I like to get on Amazon. I think it's the only place you can get them. Or maybe in like professional beauty supply stores. I feel like salons use them, but they have a really, really strong grip. So I'll link those down below too. The last few things are floss. Must have floss at all times. I actually don't love this floss. I like the Oral-B floss that comes in the blue package, and it's a lot slippier and thinner. This was Sean's floss that he packed, and my teeth, I don't know about you, this is very specific, but my teeth are very close together, and this floss gets stuck in my teeth sometimes, and I start to panic and I can't get it out. And there have been a couple times where I've had to get Sean to pull it out for me. It's very scary. So not my favorite. I'll link the one that I do like below. And then I have a little toothbrush cover for my toothbrush, because people who throw their toothbrushes into their travel bag just willy-nilly without a cover, you need to rethink your life. And then I've also got a little toothpaste. I always like to have a little toothpaste on hand just because I don't like traveling with a really big tube. I've got my travel size Q-tips. I also always have to have Q-tips. You just never know when you need a Q-tip. I also always just refill the same package like over and over, but it's handy. And the last two items are body care items. They are the Dove deodorant, which I'm loyal and faithful to Dove. I love this one. This is Caring Coconut. It's their advanced care line. I've tried many aluminum-free deodorants, and I'm just like, no, it's not working for me. And it's also a lot of fear-mongering. If they work for you, that's great. There are a couple that I have liked, but I just always come back to Dove because it works for me. And the last item is the Cerave Moisturizing Lotion. So I like to sort of keep this travel bottle and I refill it too, just because I can and it's more economical. But I need to have body lotion with me at all times, and so I like to have a smaller bottle on hand. Oh, there's one last thing. This is my tiny Niod skincare spoon. It's available on their website, but I do like to have it with me because I don't like to dip my fingers into my skincare jars like the little Youth to the People minis and stuff. I realize this is very extra, but I like to have it with me. Oh, just kidding. This is like Mary Poppins bag. More things keep popping out. I also have a little nail file. This is just a little emery board that I keep in my bag just because the worst thing is when you're traveling and you break a nail and you don't have a nail file or clippers on hand and it's painful, it's just hanging there, it's the worst. And I feel like nails always break when you're traveling because you're just hard on your hands, you're grabbing luggage, you're whatever, you're using your hands a lot more. So I always keep one of these in my bag. The way that I unpack and sort of put things away is that I leave all of the minis and the sort of travel specific items in my toiletry bag and I store them that way. So those are the minis that I won't touch or use when I'm sort of in my everyday life, and then I will take out the full-size products and put them back in the bathroom where they belong. This way I can really see, it's very easy for me to see what I need to pack in terms of what's missing in my routine, or if I need to refill any minis before I'm on my way for the next trip. It just makes things a lot easier and much quicker for the next time I travel. So that is it. If you like watching these videos as much as I do, I hope you enjoyed seeing what I packed. I just get so much joy and excitement out of seeing like cute travel bags and really functional, pragmatic travel bags. I don't know what it is, but it's very aesthetically pleasing to me. So I'd love for you to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.